Hi there, I'm Ken Navarro, and this is my podcast, all about the music. Today we're going to do episode 7 of a new series that I'm doing about a new song that I'm composing and recording for my upcoming album. The temporary title for this new song is KN16 because it's the 16th song of 22 different songs that I've been working on. So far, I have shown you how I composed and recorded the introduction, the first verse, the first chorus, the second verse, a very fast interlude that leads us into the second chorus, and then I showed you last week on episode 6 how I composed and recorded the bridge. So today we're going to continue with what happens after the bridge. So what I decided to do after the bridge was have that fast interlude section again, which leads very nicely into the chorus. And then I repeat the chorus, but on the repeat, I introduce a solo guitar part. This is like an improvised solo. I like to do this where I will have the melody of the chorus continue, and then I will introduce the improvised solo guitar before it takes off and it leaves the melody behind and goes off on its own extended journey. So I'm going to show you how I did that today and play you some samples so you get the idea firsthand of what it sounds like. So before we move forward, let me play you the last few bars of the bridge, which then leads into the fast interlude, which then leads into the chorus, so you have a sense of where we are in the song. So now after that first chorus, I'm going to repeat the chorus. I'm going to have the melody play again, but in some of the spaces, I'm going to have a solo guitar play some fills, and they're going to be improvised. They're going to be things that sort of like I'm a singer who's filling in behind the main melody. Then that guitar will take off. So let's listen from the beginning of the chorus. You'll hear the repeat with the solo guitar fills, and then you'll hear my solo guitar take off. Here we go. So there you have what I described. You know, you hear the end, the fast interlude end, which leads into a repeat of the chorus, and then the chorus repeats again with the melody, but this time with some solo guitar fills, and then my improvised solo guitar takes off and has the stage all to itself. However, I wanted more to be happening during that solo guitar section. So I decided first that I wanted some horn hits. And I tried that, you know, a couple trumpets, a couple saxophones, maybe a trombone, but it just seemed too heavy-handed. It was the right feeling. It gave it the momentum and the accents and the excitement I was looking for, but it was just too much. Then I went a different way. I said, well, what would it be like if that same part was played by some mallet instruments like a vibraphone and or a marimba? And I tried that, and it definitely had a softer quality, and it still had the percussive quality, but now it was like underplayed, and it was just kind of too fluffy and pillowy. And then I realized, What about 3 of my guitars playing those parts? Maybe that'll be the perfect complement. And you know what? It worked. And so that's what I did. And then I also decided during the second chorus of the guitar extended solo, how about bringing those strings that I had in the bridge subtly back in and then have them play pizzicato to lead us into the final chorus out of the guitar solo. Pizzicato, for those of you who don't know, is when string players pluck the string with their fingers instead of a bow. It creates a different kind of a sound, and it's a very, very percussive string sound. So I decided to use that just for the transition to get us out of the guitar solo into the final chorus. So let's listen to that all again, but this time with the addition of the 3 background guitars under the guitar solo and the strings coming in near the end of the guitar solo and then the pit strings taking over to transition us into the final chorus. All right, let's check that out. Here we go. And there you have it. You could hear those background guitars playing behind the solo guitar and really adding this like a horn section, but with just the right texture, in my opinion, and just the right percussiveness. And then you heard those strings kind of creep in behind and build, and then hand it off to the pizzicato strings that took us out of the guitar solo into the last chorus. So next week in episode 8, I'm going to show you the very last chorus and what I did to make that special and to take us to the last downbeat, the last chord of the song. So as always, thank you for listening. Thanks for checking out my podcast. I hope you're listening to all the episodes in order so you can really get a sense of how this song came about and how I built it. Again, thanks for listening, and I will see you next week. I'm Ken Navarro, and you've been listening to my podcast, All About the Music.